climbed to the peak of movie stardom with no worlds left to conquer on the big screen. So what next? Classic revival on TV. Leonard Maltin tells us about that.
Elizabeth Taylor is never far from the headlines, but now she's making news by working again in a new TV production of Tennessee Williams' Sweet Bird of Youth, in the leading role of Princess.
She's very selfish, soft, tender, tough. In a way, I guess she's everybody's idea of a very egocentric movie star.
What is it about Tennessee Williams' plays that seem to attract you?
The language and the characters he creates are quite magical. They're fourth dimensional. They're larger than life. And it's interesting doing Tennessee Williams because nobody really talks that way. And, you know, you have to make it sound as if it were just everyday conversation. And of course it's not. It's really poetry.
You've changed in some way, but I can't put my finger on it.
To change is to live. To live is to change. And not to change is to die.
You could say that Taylor has grown into the role of Princess, but then she's grown up before our very eyes on screen. Though she says it took her a while to accept the responsibility of being an actress.
National Velvet as a child was, you know, a great experience for me because it was an extension of myself. But it was no great work performance for me. It was just kind of being me. And I even chose the horse.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. And the studio gave me the horse, and I had him until he died. So all that was great. I was 12, and it was just like being told, live your fantasy was one of my favorite books. You know, play for 7 months at the thing you like best. So it was great.
The turning point came when she worked with director George Stevens and actor Montgomery Clift.
Really, the first conscious time I thought about acting was in A Place in the Sun with George and Monty. They made me aware of the process of the thought process of acting. That was interesting. It was really the first time I'd observed and probably really listened. Because mainly before I'd been playing myself with horses and dogs, and this time it was with people.
Taylor has lived many lives on both sides of the camera, but don't look for her to be writing one of those tell-all autobiographies.
Well, I couldn't write my life story without being very personal about too many people that are well known. I don't know that it would hurt them, but it certainly would be personal. Mm-hmm. And I just don't feel like doing that. I guess it would injure my sense of privacy.
If an aspiring producer or director or writer is watching this now, knowing that you're looking for things to do, what do you look for when you get a script?
Something that's a challenge. It's no longer really interesting to me just to sort of ease along. I want to do something where I have to pull out the stops.
So someone out there get busy. Now that she's tackled Princess and Sweet Bird of Youth, Elizabeth Taylor is ready for another great role. Leonard Maltin, Entertainment This Week.